The following is a presentation of the IH Sports Network. You're listening to the Monday Night Roundtable. For the next 2 hours, we'll talk local high school sports with the voice of the Oneida Indians, Tim Smith.
10-5, touchdown, Indians.
Give me the corners, 2 scores, baby.
Give me the corners.
The voice of the Scott Highlanders, Rick Keaton.
Throw the ball, has a receiver long upfield, chasing it down. Made by Rylan Griffith. And he'll take it all the way to the end zone.
Produced by the IH Sports Network, the Roundtable begins now.
Good Monday evening, everybody. Welcome to the Roundtable on the IH Sports Network. We are live from the C. Michael Lay Technology Center in Helenwood. I'm Ben Garrett, alongside the voice of the Oneida Indians, Tim Smith, and the voice of the Scott Highlanders, Rick Keaton. We got several guests coming your way tonight from Oneida, from Scott High. We're going to talk to players of the game, linemen of the game, scholar athletes, cheerleaders, soccer players, and more. First, we'll start, as always, by kind of recapping what happened on Friday night, guys. Oneida fell to Coalfield 33-0, and Scott High with the 50-16 win over Cumberland Gap. And Rick, we'll start there. First, let's take a look at how that Scott High game went and what the coach had to say.
Privet from the shotgun, looking to the left side, a little comeback screen inside. That's Morgan. That's the first down at the 10, at the 5. Will it be? We wait on the officials. Yes, it is a touchdown. That covers 26 yards. From the 4-yard line, it is second down and 1 yard to go. The handoff, that is Bond this time, has that and the touchdown. It's a 4-yard touchdown, Michael Bond.
Oh, gosh, that was sweet.
Trips to the right. Quick pass to the left side. That is Morgan. Morgan eluded his defender inside the 30, the 20. One player to beat, and he's going to beat him. Another touchdown score, Gage Privet to Jacob Morgan. This one covers 46 yards.
What a move.
Go at the 8-yard line. Privet, little counter coming back to Bond. Touchdown. Michael Bond from, I believe, 8 yards out.
Yep. They're running that counter play so well. They execute it so well.
And the placement, this kick, drives it hard and pulled to the left. It's incomplete on the missed field goal.
Oh, he got it.
He got it. Oh, I thought that was wide left, so that is a 42-yard field goal. Wow. First and 15 for the Highlanders. Privet looking, throwing into the end zone, wide lowered. Touchdown score by the Highlanders, 13-yard pass completion, Gage Privet. Oh, went the wrong way. That'll be Privet just keeping himself. 6-yard touchdown run, Gage Privet.
No.
I mean,
the handoff running the sweep. That'll be Newport. Bounces outside the 20, the 15, the 10.
Touchdown.
And Lucas Newport.
Flag. She threw the flag ahead of him.
There is a penalty flag in the end zone, so hold your horses right there, guys. It could be a 26-yard touchdown for Lucas Newport.
Or it could be a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, I would bet a 15-yard penalty.
And the only player the Highlanders had in the end zone out in front of the play was Wyatt Lowitt.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. Everything, we kind of put in to kind of run this week, and, I think they executed it well. We had a couple, hiccups, here and there. Penalties hurt us early. It was just like stupid stuff, stuff we can control.
Penalties.
175 yards.
Yeah, my gosh. I mean, it was some of them, it is what it is. But there's some of them. It's just us, whistle blow, then us finishing a block, or it's just stuff we got let up, and and it's not them not playing hard, because a lot of the penalties come from us just playing hard and playing through the whistle. But we're playing a little after the whistle, I think, a little bit, which is an edge I like. But we just got to be smart and not get nothing stupid.
So. All those highlights, that took a while. Yeah. Every one of those highlights, if you're looking at the scoreboard at the bottom of the screen, those all came in the first and second quarters. You look at that 50-16 score and you say, hey, great win for Scott High. It was 50-0 at halftime, so that final score, a little bit deceiving, Rick, just total domination by the Highlanders.
Well, it certainly was. I don't know exactly where to start. The first thing would be these young men accepted some accountability. They wanted to prove that the week before at McMinn Central, they did not play their best. They admitted that. They were real focused throughout the course of the week. They came back, and as you saw,
I want to give a lot of credit to the offensive line. The offensive line gave Gage Privet a lot of time to throw the ball. That gave the receivers time to get open. I want to give a lot of credit to the defensive line because the other night, Ben, how many times did we call a linebacker making a tackle or a secondary person making a tackle? We called more interceptions by the secondary than we did them making tackles because the defensive line had so much pressure on Carter, the quarterback, that he must have thrown the ball to the sideline a dozen times in the game the other night. So the young men, they accepted the fate at McMinn, and they look ahead and say, our destiny is in front of us. We can play better, and they certainly proved it on Monday night. So like I say, I credit the offensive line, the defensive line, and the whole team effort there. But, our guys just played so doggone well, 50-0 at halftime. The only thing that we can find as a negative is the penalty yards, but goodness gracious, you score 50 points, and you already have 170 yards of penalties called against you in the first half. That's more than impressive when you add that to it there like that. And another thing, this happened way after the game was over with. This happened very near the end of our Danny King post game. Looked down sort of midfield on the sideline, and there's your offensive play caller, Coach Billy Hall, your defensive coordinator, Eric Privet, like I say, 20 or 25 minutes after the game, and they're hugging each other right there on the field. Basically a symbol to me that said, that's a job well done. We prepared our team well. They went out and executed.
You mentioned the penalties. Coach Hall talked about the penalties at length in his post-game interview. 180 yards in penalties by the time the night was said and done. Almost all of those. I think you said 170 in the first half. I went back and rewatched that game, and so I'm sure you did too.
I did.
And I'm sure Coach Hall has watched it more than once. And I would be curious to know what his take is on that now, because I thought in live action, I just couldn't believe what I was seeing, that some of those flags coming out of the pockets. And after rewatching it, it kind of confirmed what I was already thinking. But anyway, there's no need to go there because, as you said, they overcame it, and they got a big win.
Yes, they did. I mean, that's a real positive for the Highlanders to pick up the win. Their quarterback had some very good numbers, and so our defensive line took that as a challenge. I mean, those are all underclassmen that started the other night and played most on the defensive line for the first half. So they're all going to be back next year. You made that point during the broadcast, and that's exciting to see.
Yeah, dominant effort by Sky High in the trenches. Tim, Oneida tangled with the Coalfield team. We thought it would be tough, and we thought it would be a close game, and it really was. For the longest time, it was 7-0 with, I think, maybe right at 2 minutes to play in the first half. Coalfield got another touchdown late in the first half, and then from there they pretty much dominated the second half.
They did, and a year ago, Oneida kind of surprised them in the first half and hung with them. This was similar to that first half a year ago that happened down at Coalfield, but they just wore on the Indians. And you talked about underclassmen on the line. This Coalfield team, the offense, defense, your starters, you got 22 of them. There was one sophomore listed as a starter. He was a nose guard on the defense. Mm-hmm. Everybody else, junior and senior. The starting offensive line was 4 seniors and a junior. I mean, they played like it. They were mature. Yeah. They were calm. I don't think that the quarterback Jack Treese, ever really felt nervous about anything. We did get pressure sometimes, but he just seemed so calm. Like he trusted his line. He trusted what was going on. And Jaden Bunch is a senior running back, wears number 1, and we will probably not see another running back. We hadn't seen one as good as him, and we probably won't see another one as good as him. He is so patient, smart, and tough when he finishes. He just continues. He runs angry at the end of it, but not in a way that you think he's a dirty player or anything like that. He's just trying the hardest he can. Every single bit of ground he can take away from you, he's going to take it. Then he'll get up and he'll help you up. Mm-hmm. And Coalfield, they've got a great tradition. They've got a great, momentum going, I think. And so I don't see how they're not going to be right back in the semifinals again. This team just looks too strong. I will say one of the things that I think was interesting on the night for Oneida, you mentioned they were able to move the football some, made some good pass completions. Most of those, though, were when the pocket broke down and Brock was able to get some room and find somebody on perhaps a busted play from time to time. He did have one nice play from the pocket where he hit William Hill, made a really nice deep out cut, and Brock threw a football that was just showed you the reason why he's the Oneida quarterback against a very good secondary. So, but there was just few and far between bright spots on that. I will say, though, to me, as I've thought about this more and more, one of the main bright spots that I saw, it seemed like Coalfield was intent on showcasing Waylon Burgess. He's a senior receiver, big guy, wears number 8, and he was matched up, I believe, all night long. Waylon Hill was following him wherever he went. He was matched up with him. If I saw it right, I think that's what happened. So I know every time I saw them go to Waylon Burgess, Waylon Hill was in the area. And he really stood tall on that task. He's a tall kid. Yep. So I think it's the first time maybe Waylon Burgess had someone with his type of size that could hang there with him and create some trouble for him catching the football. So Coalfield probably got better from that too. I think Burgess will take that personal and become a better receiver as the year goes along. I think, we turn right around and we play. That was number 3 in the state in single A, and this week Oneida plays number 4 in the state in single A. But I have a suspicion, without trying to be disrespectful at all, this is not disrespectful. This is just a great admiration for what Coalfield is doing. I think if they're 3 and 4, I think there's a big gap between 3 and 4. Coalfield, they were very impressive. There's nothing to take away from that than just they are on a mission right now. Right. I don't know. I haven't seen South Pittsburgh. So, I know that Coalfield did lose to a single A team in a lightning shortened game. And so they may get a chance to avenge that at some point. And then they had Stone Memorial on the ropes. Stone Memorial comes back, takes it to overtime and wins it. But it's hard for me to see a single A team beating this Coalfield team. And I will say once again, I haven't seen South Pittsburgh. They usually have a lot to say about it.
That Stone Memorial team, by the way, is really good.
Really good.
Yeah. So you asked Coach May after the game about what his team was going to work on after that game. Here's what he had to say.
We didn't make the 4th down. I thought we could, block down, kick out right there. We didn't make it in that kind of midfield, we have times in the game where we kind of shoot ourselves in the foot a little bit, and we get behind the chains, and we kind of turn it over. We tried to force some stuff. We're behind, trying to force it downfield, and we got a lot of stuff we're going to clean up and get ready for Oliver Springs next week. Well, we got to shore up the offensive line a little bit. We got to tweak some stuff and get some work on the pass protection a little bit, and the run game. We thought we could have some success, and they were very well coached, and they were giving us fits up there, and they're very aggressive toward the ball, and we hit them some in the passing game. We got to continue to work on that, and just overall just kind of on that side of the ball, work on that defensively. We got to get off the field, get us some stops, and like I said, they give you so many looks and so many things you have to prepare for. They're a very hard team to prepare for every week, so it's a lot of things like that. We just got to continue to get better in our reads and just keep working. The season's not over. We're 3 and 3. I told them. I said everything's still in front of us. We still got our last 2 region games down to game 9 and 10, and this is who we have to play. Is who we schedule. We just got to keep getting better. They're the number 3 team, and I think Oz is number 4. So we just go from one to the other, and then we'll get a week off. But we're going to come back Monday and work at it and try to get a win going into our bye week.
Unfortunately, no offensive highlights to show from Oneida's game. But as you look at parallels, and I think maybe it was Mark Matthews, maybe it was John L. Strunk, someone pointed this out after the game. This is kind of very similar to the CAK game. The CAK came in, they dominated both sides of the football. It was a game you just wanted to get away from, put behind you, and move on. Oneida goes on the road the next week, and they upset Tellico Plains. If Oneida wins at Oliver Springs this week, there's no doubt that would be considered an upset. But do you see the parallels there? I mean, it's pretty obvious, right?
I do. I think it's possible. It just depends on the direction and the attitude that the players take in their preparation this week towards Oliver Springs. And so you got to trust your coaches that they'll be able to do that. I know he said that it'd be good to get the defense off the field sometimes, but also it's good to have the offense on the field a little bit longer to help that defense out. I will point out.
Yes.
So I think there's both sides can bring some improvement in that and give themselves a chance. I think Oliver Springs is a team that Oneida can beat. I think it's a team that Oneida can lose to. So what's the response going to be? Are you going to have that Tellico Plains response where you come out and, as Mark Matthews would say, punch them in the mouth from the very beginning? And if you do that, I mean, Oliver Springs is going to be just as physically tough a team as Tellico Plains was, I think.
All right, we'll talk more about that Oliver Springs game and about Scott's game this week at the end of the show. But first, we're going to take our first break of the night. As always, we want to thank our sponsor, Little's Drugs and Fountain, for sponsoring this first segment. When we come back, we'll talk soccer on the Roundtable. Welcome back to the Roundtable on the IH Sports Network, live from the C. Michael Lake Technology Center in Hellenwood, alongside the voice of the Highlanders, Rick Heaton. I'm Ben Garrett. Tim Smith is taking a break, and we've got Lady Highlander junior soccer players with us. We're trying to we've worked our way through the seniors, both teams. Now we're trying to work our way through the juniors. Oneida's got a game tonight. We started with the juniors from Oneida last week. Now we're with Scott High. There are a ton of them. I mean, you guys, how many juniors have you got on your team?
Probably like 11 or 13.
Yeah, over 10.
And every one of them, almost every one of them, starts or at least plays significant minutes. So here tonight we got Mariella Megan, we've got Callie Strunk, and we've got Ashley Guzman. And so those are three of the juniors there that have all started at some point this season. I think you two probably have started every game. Ashley has started games as well this year. So I'm going to start with Mariella because she played as a sophomore. You know, she just told us that during the break. I'm glad
you retained that information. Yeah.
She played as a sophomore. These two didn't play last year at Scott High. So, Mariella, you're kind of the veteran, the seasoned veteran out of this group. But you were a late bloomer too when it came to soccer. Didn't start until your sophomore year as far as high school. Yeah. So, what made you decide to get out and play soccer?
I guess the environment that all the girls showed us. I mean, they really were great about being team leaders and helping us lead. They're just really good.
And Callie, you're back after you played in middle school. So did you. Got hurt, took some time off. Now back as a junior. What made you decide to come back and play soccer?
Well, Coach Ball reached out to me, and I've always wanted to play in high school, and I was just like, why not? Just give it a try.
So I'm going to tell you this story real quick before I get to Ashley. And Rick Heaton, you can appreciate this. So Rusty Aiden texts me after every game. It says, how did the soccer game go? So after about 4 or 5 games, I said, Rusty, let's be real. I know you want to know who won and lost, but I also know that you're worried, did Callie get hurt? And he said, yeah, that's true. I was worried if Callie was going to get hurt or not. So do you think about that at all?
Honestly, don't.
You can't, can you? If you're going to play multiple sports, you just got to go.
I just go 100%.
Yeah. And, Rick, and you've been to a lot of games this year, she goes 100%.
Goes 100%. And also, what I have been told by others that have watched for more than me, they think you've really improved as a whatever this person is, a striker that tries to be up there and score goals. They say that you've really improved.
They just put me wherever, and I just do it.
So I told your grandma after the game the other day that basketball is what you've been known for. You know, part of that Lady Highlander District Championship team last year, but soccer might be your sport. What do you think?
Really enjoy it. Yeah, I love basketball, but soccer is really fun.
But I've seen you grow so much this year. I still say that if you'd have been up front for a few more minutes against Cumberland Gap, you were going to get on the board.
Oh, yeah. I was working for it.
All right. Okay, Goozy. So these guys are new to soccer this year. Well, so Marielle is not, but they're not new to the school. You're brand new to the school, and here you are playing soccer and playing a big role on this team. Yep. How have the rest of these folks taken you under their wing?
I feel like I have learned a lot to be more open to the girls. I feel like obviously it's kind of hard because I just moved to this school, but I feel like it was kind of easy for me to get close to them and have a teamwork kind of feeling at a point. So I think it's good. It's okay. Not bad.
So in addition to these three, I'll point out that Aaliyah Jeffers, another junior, was also supposed to be here tonight. She backed out at the last minute, so we're going to talk about her quite a bit. I want each of you to think your favorite Aaliyah story, and before we go to break, we're going to tell that.
Okay.
Okay. So, Callie, this season I know has not gone the way everybody likes to win. It's been a tough season, but all three of you guys are juniors. So you're all back next year. The whole team is back. Okay, you've got 4 seniors, and they all play minutes. But so many of you guys are coming back next year. And next year it's going to be your team, the 3 of you, Aaliyah, the rest of the juniors. Who's going to step up next year and take on that leadership role?
Well, Emily Owens is really a good player, and every time she goes in, the game doesn't change. It stays the same. She's a really good player.
I think it kind of depends on like offense and defense. I feel like, Mariela is very big on our defense, so it's Kylie and Emily Owens. As far as for like offense, Aaliyah Jeffers for sure, Lyral Blevins, a little bit of Gracie James. I feel like it just kind of varies.
Yeah. To add to that, I think Callie also just all around, she is like our captain. Like she is there for all of us. So
yeah, kind of plays offense and defense.
Yeah,
gonna play
she's there. Yeah, she's there always.
Okay, so you guys this week you have got, help me out. Your games this week. You play tomorrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where are you at tomorrow night?
CAK.
CAK. Oh, okay. And then Thursday, you are at
Halls.
Halls. All right.
And those are the last 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So you're not playing Anderson County again tomorrow night.
No.
That was the original schedule, was Anderson County. We don't want to play them again.
No.
And hopefully you'll see them again in the district tournament, because that means you win in the first round. Which, by the way, Goozy, you guys have earned a first-round game at home against Union County. That's always a good environment when you can host a postseason game. You guys looking forward to that?
I think it's a very tough game itself, but I think that during how many times have we played them? Twice?
I said Union County. It's actually Clinton you're playing in the first round.
Oh, Clinton is a rough game. I feel like we have to really learn how to work as a team during those rough games, and I feel like we have come a really long way with that. So I feel like it would be, I don't know, good. We got it.
Speaking of games this week, tonight there's a football game going on. So I got to know, is your mom watching you right now, or is she watching your little brother out of Huntsville?
She's probably going to the game watching me.
No, she can watch you later. She's kind of okay.
Multitask.
Yeah, there you go.
May I call you Goozy?
Goozy,
like
you got to.
Sure.
Well, before you take somebody you've never met before, you want to ask, can I call you that? So what I would like to ask, I look at the scores and I check that out every day. A few of the games I've gone to, they've all been home games. Defensively, I think the team plays pretty well. You're not giving up 9 goals to every opponent, You're holding other teams to 2 goals, 1 goal, 3 goals. So I think defense plays well.
Good.
Defense is ahead of offense at this point in time. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me what we need to do to be a better scoring soccer team.
Okay, so I am all offense, so I'm up there. I'm not with the defense.
You can kick him in the shin if you want to.
Well, I do feel like our defense is really strong at times. I think we do need to work on our communication out in the field. As a striker wing, I think that it is kind of hard for us to try to score when we don't have the ball on top. I think that's one of the biggest thing. I think Kylie can agree with that. Our job is literally to get through the defense. And truly, it would be an easy job if we just could get the ball on top. I feel like every single time it just kind of stays in the middle with the mids, and then we try to fight back to get it. But it's just kind of difficult when all the girls just kind of get in one place together. But I do think that as soon as we try to get the ball on top over their heads, Coach Ball says, I think we got it. I can make the run. Aaliyah can make the run. Gracie James can make the run. I feel like most of our offense are good to make the run.
So tell the fans and tell a novice like me, when you say over the top, what are you trying to do?
Okay, so every single time that or midfields pass the ball, it's always to their middle. And it's there's their defense. There's most of the times it's 3 defenders or 4 defenders. It kind of varies, but they're always on top of me. So I feel like if it would be so much a better play, I would say, if the ball was on top of their heads. You can just turn around and run, get to the ball.
Right, sort of out in front of you a little bit, and you go get it. Okay.
Yep. I think that's when I first scored. I don't remember what game it was, but I feel like it was literally over their heads, and I just made the run.
I'll take this to the basketball player over here. I think a lot when I'm watching soccer, when you have an opportunity, you've got 3 or 4 girls going down to score. I liken that to a 3-on-2 or 3-on-3 fast break in basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's 3 against 3 going there, except you got the goaltender on behind there. Am I wrong when I say we've got to learn how to kick the ball left, right, and back again to move the ball around to score better?
Definitely right.
Yes.
You're right.
And I should be a coach then.
Callie has been playing offense too, and she's not close enough to kick you in the shin. But if you want to do it during the break, that's okay. You can.
I'm just asking the question. I mean, I've been there rooting for both of them. I've watched Goozy and think, she's coming up the side. I see good speed, and then suddenly,
yeah, it's gone.
Well, I wasn't going to say it's gone. I mean, it looks like you defer. Maybe it's a confidence problem that you don't have confidence that you can turn that edge and get on past that defender.
Yeah, I got this speed. I generally don't have, I hesitate before shooting, and I think that's what kind of stops me from scoring most of the times. And I try to score, and then it's just kind of weak. So
she has got the speed. Are you guys impressed with her speed? Because I've been really impressed with her speed.
I'm impressed with that until she gets to this point right there. It's,
wow.
I mean, I'm not being critical, okay?
Critical.
I am here to boost you up and say, you got the speed, go. Okay.
I tell her that all the time because when we're on top of each other and she throws me off.
But
she gives me a run for my money.
Yeah.
Because I do try.
Those are raises.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think y'all have an exciting future. I mean, it's going to take you another year to break Coach Ball in so he gets it right. You know what I'm saying?
No, I think definitely next year he's definitely going to have it.
Yeah, I mean, it's his first year. I feel like it's kind of
And also, I think he's scared of the seniors. We know it.
Yeah, a little bit.
We're all kind of scared of the seniors. A little bit.
Yeah, a little
bit.
bit.
Big dogs.
Yeah.
All right, so, Mariella, you run track as well. So tell us about track. Tell us what you do in track.
Track, oh my gosh, it's so much fun. I love going to the meets. Tim Hall, he's amazing. Definitely get very, very nervous when I'm in my blocks, and just got to give it to the Lord.
What events?
I do the 200, the 100. I did do 100 hurdles, but my back kind of prevented me from that. And then I did the 200 relay, and those were always really fun.
And Callie, you do track as well. Am I correct about that?
I do cross country.
Cross country. I'm sorry. So how's your season gone?
Well, I actually haven't been able to run a meet because I've been busy with soccer. So.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a shame that those two sports sort of coincide this time of year. Yeah.
How about you, Goozy? You going to run track this year?
Yeah, I am considering doing softball. Consider playing basketball. I don't know. And I am for sure doing track. Yeah.
Coach Yaden has said that he needs a post player. Callie's been having to run post sometimes, or play post, I should say. You run point, right? You play post.
I do.
So, what do you think? Post player?
For sure. You can try it out. I don't know. I might go to 2 practices and then quit. I don't know.
Wait just a second. 5 foot what?
Platform shoes.
Yeah, there you go.
Platform. All right, let's talk about names. Callie can sympathize with this because her entire high school athletic career, she's got an E tacked on to the end of her name. Her mom, mostly her grandma, has threatened to whip me over that. I think I've gotten it right finally. What about your parents when they hear the name Mariella Megan pronounced on the PA? Do they get really upset about that?
No, they don't even care.
Okay, good deal. Because I
care.
I don't think it's happened.
I promise you it has.
Well, they wouldn't bring it up if you hadn't said that.
Have you guys heard Mariella introduced as Mariella Megan?
Be so for real. The first game, and then it just kept going. Did he not? Did he not? He said, Mariella Megan.
It's Megan, right?
Yeah, you got to use your syllables. There's listen, I understand. My name's got so many of them, but you just got to pronounce them all.
I'm from Black Creek, so I don't use syllables very well. I'm lucky to speak English.
I have every single syllable.
I don't know. English is hard, man. I can't. Struggle every day.
All right. By the way, your grandma got our trivia question, Woody's Trivia, Friday night. Do you know what the answer was? Did you see it?
Jordan Jeffers.
Oh, okay. So I was going to ask you if you knew, but she's already answered that for you. I got that on the second guess. My first guess was Bill Hall, who played quarterback before I was even born. No, I was a little kid.
If you'd asked me, I would have told you that's not right, but I couldn't necessarily guess it either because I was thinking about the big dogs. I was thinking about Jake, and then I was thinking about Billy and others first. But, Jordan Jeffers, I coined the first nickname of my broadcast career with him, JJ.
Yep.
And it's stuck ever since.
All right, Mariella, I got to tell you this before we go to break. Mariella, I'm sorry. Oh, what's that look for? Goozy.
This is Goozy
so
over here.
We like El Rey. El Rey is one of our sponsors on the IH Sports Network. We like El Rey a lot.
Yeah.
Your mama is a waitress at El Rey, the nicest waitress, Rick Keaton. If you've been to El Rey and you've had a nice waitress, it's her mother. Now, some of the others, like
I'm not talking about anybody else, man.
Paco, or some of those guys would probably, but no, it's. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Would you guys agree with that as well?
I would agree.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm very impressed. So I had to bring that up. All right. Any last words before we go to break?
Don't think so.
Tomorrow night, who do you play? One more time.
CAK.
CAK. That is a road game. Do we know yet what day the the Clinton game is going to be played on?
As of right now, we don't know.
Okay.
Yeah,
probably
we
during
don't
fall
keep
break. Maybe on Saturday of fall break, they're telling me.
Oh, gosh, I hope not.
Oh, yeah, I know.
No, I hope not.
That's what I
We
heard.
play it on the weekend?
No,
Maybe.
I don't think so. I think it would be like that Monday or Tuesday.
Monday, Tuesday. Ooh, okay.
Okay, so I do have to ask this.
You'll be there, Goozy, right?
Before we go to break.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
Shh. Okay.
Sorry, go
Before
ahead.
we go to break, you came in. Folks can't see it at home, but you got a knee brace on.
Yeah.
How long are you out? Do you know?
I'm going to go to the doctor tomorrow because my mom just got back from Indiana, but I have no idea.
Probably won't play tomorrow night.
I'm hoping I can.
You hope you
It's
can.
just,
Okay.
yeah, every time I step on it, it's
Don't think so.
vibrating
Okay.
back and forth. But
Well, hopefully you are
You
back
better take
soon.
tomorrow night off just to rest for Thursday.
we'll see.
and-
We'll see
No,
what the doctor
you
says.
know what happened to me, so don't. Just
All right. Ashley Guzman, Callie Strunk, Callie with an E, and Mariella Megan.
Megan with
Thank you guys for joining us. Good luck tomorrow night and good luck Thursday night as well. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk more Scott High football. Welcome back to the Roundtable on the IH Sports Network. He's Tim Smith, voice of the Oneida Indians. He's Rick Keaton, voice of the Scott Highlanders. I'm Ben Garrett, and we are live from the C. Michael A. Technology Center in Helenwood as we turn our focus back now to football. And we are joined by our First National Bank player of the game from Friday night, and that's senior wide receiver Jagan Morgan. And we've also got our Trophy Masters lineman of the game, senior offensive lineman Hayden Mason. And so, Rick, I want to say, first of all, this guy right here to your right, we saw it first game of the season against McCreary. Never played football before, am I right? Or did you play middle school? Okay.
Yeah.
Never played in high school before. Comes out as a senior. We saw against McCreary Central, huge catch late in the fourth quarter to set up the game-winning touchdown. And ever since then, he has just become one of the leading targets for quarterback Gage Privet. And then this guy, I mean, what can you say about him and the job not only him but the rest of the offensive line has done this year?
I can say a whole lot about the offensive line because I'm sort of a fan of those guys. 3 seniors and 2 juniors, I think. Sophomore
yep.
And a junior on there.
4 seniors.
4 seniors, okay. I mean, I'm just real impressed by the game that everyone had. It was a game that every aspect of our team played well on against Gap the other night. And Hayden, let's talk about the offensive line. I've been sort of getting on the bandwagon the last couple of weeks because, let's skip over McMahon, okay? Before that, I was getting on the bandwagon thinking you guys are doing an excellent job in pass pro, and you're doing a real good job run blocking. Is this just it's all coming together for us, or this is what we worked all summer to get ready to do and sort of impose our will at times?
We definitely worked hard on it in the summer. We first had Bill Hall, and then Adrian come in to help with Bill.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just we've been working hard on it all summer and fall and all that.
Well, doing an outstanding job. I'm going to stay on the line a little bit, but I'm going to jump over to the defensive line. And I mentioned a while ago when we opened, I thought they just played outstanding the other night because we didn't, up in the booth, we didn't call linebackers making tackles. We didn't call defensive backs making tackles because they kept so much pressure on their quarterback that he was just throwing the ball away a dozen times the other night. Talk about those kids that are playing on the defensive line, and they're all underclassmen too, so they'll all be back.
Yeah, the only one that's not an underclassman is Mason. But, I mean, I didn't really have to have time to pay attention to who it was because I got off to the sideline and got a drink of water and it was right back in.
Yeah.
So I didn't really get to pay attention to what they was doing and who it was, and I mean, it was just rough.
It was you go up against them a little bit through the week. So I mean they've got all this energy. They're so quick. And I can talk about the defensive ends too. But I thought they played real well. Jacob Morgan now with 6 touchdown passes. And
receptions.
Okay, pass receptions. Okay, I got it right. Thank you. And you're about 330 or 40 yards in receptions.
Something like that, yeah.
Tried to look that up this morning just to be sure. But coming in, first time playing a senior, wide receiver in a system that is sort of built on passing. Mm-hmm. How hard was it for you to get a grasp on what Coach Hall wants to do?
I mean, it wasn't too hard. It took a couple of weeks to get all the plays down and everything, but everybody just helped me with it, and it came pretty quick.
Gus King, I understand, lobbied all last week to catch a pass.
Yeah.
What was it like when I don't know who's out in front of him blocking the other night? Was it to your side when he caught that?
I was on the back side.
Okay.
Yeah.
So has Gus been bragging all day today about catching a ball the other night?
No, not really. No.
Not really?
He's happy about it, but he didn't. I didn't hear much from him today.
Okay, he'll probably be lobbying some more.
Yeah.
You had both your touchdowns. You sort of had, especially the second one, you had a really nice spin move toward the sideline. Is this sort of what we do in basketball? Is that sort of basketball move you convert to the football field?
Sorta, yeah. I mean, just being quick with your feet, make a move, and go.
Is anybody faster on the football team than Jacob Morgan?
Oh yeah. I'm not that fast.
Oh, okay.
You're pretty fast.
You're pretty fast. I mean, that's, okay. Then also, receiver mate on the other side, and I'm going to talk about Lucas in a minute, but your receiver mate on the other side, Wyatt Lloyd, he's able to use his length a little bit. Of course, you're pretty tall too, but he's able to use his length to go up around defensive backs. How hard has he worked? Have you seen him work since you guys have been with the football program?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's worked hard, just same as me, getting plays down and everything, and it's all came together, I think.
Now I want to talk about Lucas Newport. I thought he had maybe his best game the other night, especially running with the ball some. But Lucas is a very good receiver also.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And he's good with the ball in his hands. He can make plays after the catch. So.
Let's talk to both of them and get your opinion on this. Penalties and penalty yards. We think a lot of those are ghostly type of penalties out there. And just, Hayden, you start. You tell us about, because I think it was the other night you were standing there going, that one of the flags that was thrown. And talk about penalty situation and how we need to clean that up.
I mean, a lot of it's mental stuff. Like Caleb was, there was one play that Caleb fell on the guy, and the guy held Caleb down, and they flew a flag on Caleb, and it wasn't even him. And I mean, really, you can't do nothing about that. But like, there's a lot of them just mental flags and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think a lot of it's just being disciplined, being smart, stopping when the whistle is blown, just stuff like that.
Can you explain the one penalty that we got? I guess it was on Lucas's touchdown run, maybe. Can you explain that penalty to us? It was thrown, the flag thrown in the end zone.
I can't explain why it was thrown. I can tell you what happened. I mean, Wyatt comes off the ball, he blocks the guy all the way to the end zone, dumps him off. And I think Lucas was still 10 yards away from the play wasn't over. And I mean, I don't know.
Just another hanky hitting the ground.
Yeah.
Did you make the comment at halftime, something about we won't see any flags because they've still got them in the washing machine cleaning them up?
And they wore them out in the first half.
In the first
no
half.
Doubt.
Yeah, exactly. That was a tremendous win for the entire team, the focus. And now you've got a 4A opponent coming up on Friday night, another road trip. What's the focus going to be like from the seniors down through the team? Because we saw what focus and preparation could do last week. What's it going to be like this week to hopefully get another win?
We just got to stay focused in. I mean, I haven't been here the past 2 years, but these guys that have been, they owe them one. And I think they're all just ready to get their revenge on him.
Yeah, I think until the last couple of years, I'm not sure that they'd ever beaten us, because last year was just a 1 point game, 30-29. So, I mean, you remember that game very well, and it was up there too. So, what does it mean to go back up there and the focus of the team this week, Hayden?
Going up there, it's still going to be rough because it's an away game. They got home field advantage. But, if we stay focused and mentally lock in, we can definitely take it home.
How's the health situation right now? It looked like we were pretty healthy the other night. We're still good after that?
Yeah, I think we're all good. I think we've got a couple sick, but other than that, I think we're good on injuries.
Okay. What's your hardest day of practice through the week? Which, Tuesday or Wednesday?
Tuesday, I think. I'd say it's Tuesday.
And most coaches use that as their long day of practice.
Yeah. Yep.
Let's talk about the position coach again. You said Adrian Stanley is helping there, and Coach Hall, I'm sure, still helping with that. So let's talk about those two coaches and how they are preparing your offensive line each week, Hayden.
Adrian, he's more of a like a mental guy, and then Bill Hall's like your physical guy. He's like the one that hypes you up, and then he's like, go hit him in the mouth, and he's the one that like teaches us the techniques and what we need to do to fix our mistakes from last game and all the other games.
Okay. And does Mason work with you guys, Mason Owens?
It's Coach Birchfield.
Coach Birchfield. So what's Coach Birchfield like to be, and that's Cody Birchfield, like to be around during the week as he's preparing his receivers?
Oh, yeah, he's great. A lot of focus on releases. Today we blocked, so we have a whole day for blocking. And, he just gets us ready.
Okay. I think the team will be focused again this week. I think, am I wrong to say, lesson learned, we didn't get off the bus at McMinn ready to play ball that night.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll be able to carry that forward as a team.
Yep.
Look forward to it.
Jagan, learning to play receiver, first year playing receiver. What's that been like? And I'm not talking about the catching part or the getting open part. I'm talking about the blocking part. Was that something that you had to learn, took longer to learn?
Yeah, definitely. Still, I'm gonna tell myself I don't block very much. If it's a running play to my side, I usually just run down the field and just try to take the guy with me.
Yep.
If I'll get in front of somebody, but
it works. It works if you get off the line hard and he's 30 yards downfield.
Yeah.
But do you think, like, if the guy you're supposed to be blocking makes the tackle, do you take that personal?
Yeah.
So how many more times this year are you going to let that happen?
None.
That's right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right answer.
All right, I'm going to ask you a question about the finishing the blocks, okay, because that seems to be I didn't get to watch the game or anything, but the penalties and finishing the blocks. So that's tough, right, because you're taught to play through the whistle, and then it's hard to instantly stop. I think, you tell me if I'm wrong, I think sometimes in a game if you're up 50-0, as you were, you're going to get that flag. If that game had been 7-7, do you think they would have thrown as many flags?
Probably not, no.
Yeah. I think that happens sometimes, Ben.
Yeah.
I've seen a few games like that. And
we said it during the broadcast. We thought there's a little handicapping going on there.
Yeah. It's probably natural. You'd probably do it too, just to,
Well, so first of all, I would not throw a flag on this guy for finishing a block because there's nothing I like more than seeing him and Big 78, Caleb Bell, team up and just absolutely drive someone into the dirt. It's kind of unfair, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I try to put myself in the shoes of the defensive lineman or blitzing linebacker or whoever, and my goodness, having you two guys teaming up on him, maybe it does deserve a flag, come to think of it.
Yeah.
Maybe it does. Maybe it does.
No, I think we've had all the flags we can acquire this year so far.
I will say what's unique about it is usually you see that on the road because you'll have parents of the home squad and they're down and you're finishing a block and they're just yelling, "Hey, what?" Hollering out your number. You're doing this. That's what I see.
So I got to ask you, Jake. You a UT football fan?
Well, I'm a big Ohio State fan.
Never mind. Forget him. So we're switching back over. No. So, okay, but you watch Tennessee football.
I do watch
Tennessee,
yeah.
You guys have got a three-headed monster at receiver this year between you and Wyatt Lloyd and Lucas Newport. You've all been very good. Tennessee's got a three-headed monster at receiver and Brazzle Dazzle and Braylon Staley and Mike Matthews.
Yep.
So which one are you out of those three?
I'll say Brazel.
I want to ask Grady Keaton this in a minute too. You think you're Brazel? Is that because he's turned into the best receiver on the team?
No.
Okay, so what's Wyatt Lloyd?
I don't know. Well, I don't even know.
He'd have to be
probably Mike Matthews. Yeah.
Okay.
He plays outside, right?
Yeah. But you know what? I've seen Braylon Staley drop a few balls too, and we can't put Lucas Newport there and make that comparison because Lucas doesn't drop anything. All right. So one last question for you. Now this is more basketball than football, but back in the summer, you guys on the basketball team, which by the way, district championship year coming up this year. You think? Yeah. I think so too. You guys did a thing. Y'all bleached your hair. Well, not all of you. I think Wyatt Lloyd got that started, and then he bailed on you guys. He bailed on you guys. But y'all bleached your hair. Now yours is just about gone. This guy's got great hair. I wish I had that hair. Rick Keaton wishes he had that hair.
You got that straight.
What would he look like with bleached hair?
It'd take a little getting used to.
Yeah, I don't even know.
I think it would look good.
Bleached hair is for the receivers.
I don't know. I think it would look good.
You know, some fuzz down here like this. That's a lineman look. Hey,
the round table. Is this going to be the one we nominate for the Emmy?
Yes. All right. So
the bleached hair episode.
Hayden Mason, our Trophy Masters lineman of the game, and Jagan Morgan, our First National Bank player of the game. Guys, good luck on Friday night at Union County. Thank you for joining us tonight, too, by the way. We'll take another break. When we come back, we're flipping to Oneida football on the Roundtable. Welcome back to the Roundtable on the IH Sports Network. Alongside Tim Smith, Rick Keaton, I'm Ben Garrett. And now we're joined by our First National Bank player of the game from Oneida Friday night, Grady Keaton, who is a senior wide receiver. But he's here because he had a big game on defense, a season-high 9 tackles. I think that was a season-high 9 tackles on Friday night. And also for a second consecutive week, our Trophy Masters lineman of the game is Brylan Strunk. Now what happened was you were here last week. I was not here. And I said, guys, make him lineman of the game one more time because I want to be there when he's on.
That's absolutely not what happened.
No, that's not what happened. No,
it was. I
was here and I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was a strong, unanimous choice of Brylan on the lineman of the game in this one this week. It was a tough week. I mean, there's nothing else to say about it. It's a tough week. Coalfield's a tough team. They're a good team. Give them their due. But Grady, the Coalfield running back, there were several times when if you don't make that tackle, I know Mark always talks about every tackle is a touchdown-saving tackle.
Right.
He thinks that's fun to say or funny to say. I don't know. He says it enough. But that's actually a Devlin Markham quote. You know Devlin.
Yeah.
So that
biology teacher, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, but that's true. But there were several times when if you didn't make the stop, they were going to go for points. Talk about what is that like knowing that you're the last line. If they get past you, then it's 6 on the board.
Well, you just got to hurry up and get there to wherever he's going because you know you're the safety. Like I'm the safety, and if I don't tackle him, then he's gone. So I just had to get him out of bounds because he was kind of tough to tackle, to be honest with you, sometimes. Yeah. And I was just going to hold on for dear life if I didn't hit him the first hit. And luckily, most times I did get him out of bounds or get him to the ground, so that was good. So.
Yeah, he would not go down easy.
No.
I mean, he wasn't a dirty player at all. He got every single bit of turf he could get.
He had really strong legs. I know a lot of our players and me, he was the hardest player to tackle that we've played.
So tell me this, CAK, that was another tough game, and number 11, his name's escaping me right now, but the receiver, best receiver we played this year, same situation. You had to guard against him as well. Which one was more challenging?
I would say as far as speed and just kind of get you going one way, I'd say number 11 from CAK. He was good at running routes and getting you to flip your hips, and he was really good at what he does. And I think he's actually committed somewhere at some college, so he's definitely a good player. But I can't really decide between the two because they're both really special in their own ways. Jaden Bunch, he would make one cut, and he'd just go by you and be really hard to tackle. So they're just both really good players. Couldn't decide between the two.
The good news is that we don't think we'll see another running back like Jaden Bunch and another receiver like 11 for CAK, the rest of the year. So it was a good way to sharpen your skills against those type of skills on the other side. Brylan, second week in a row, playing up there on the front, trying to deal with Coalfield and trying to slow Jaden before he gets to to Grady. How tough was that? Because you were playing against a line, I mentioned it earlier, it was 4 seniors and a junior. How good were they compared to the other lines you've had to deal with?
They were good. They were real good. They were just like a stone wall. You couldn't get past them.
Yeah.
And then trying to tackle Jaden, if you didn't hold on or if you hit him high, he was breaking your tackle.
It didn't seem like we were able to even rush up Jack Treese much either. Yeah, he was getting all kinds of time from them. So it's tough to play defense when he's got all the time he needs and things. One thing I did notice was that Cofield still tried to get the pass game going quite a bit. And did you feel like there was ever a time when you were going to maybe get some pressure on him, or did it just feel like this is a waste of time on that?
Actually, yeah, I thought I was going to get some pressure on him, and they turned me, and it was just like a free shot at the quarterback, and then they handed it off to Jaden, and they ran right up the middle.
Yep. Let me ask you, Grady, because you kind of had the best seat in the house. I talked about this in the first part. It felt like they were intent. They wanted to get Waylon Burgess involved in the game. They were trying to get it to him. I think at one point somebody said they had thrown at him 6 times and he had 1 catch. He was being shadowed all night by Waylon Hill, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he was staying with him. So what was that like, and how was Waylon feeling about how he was dealing with him that night? Was that do you think he'll build off of that? You stay with him and you can handle anybody probably.
Yeah, I think Waylon, what I like about him is he likes that. He wants to be matched up with their best player and guard him. Against Telco Plains, number 25, he didn't get to show off a lot against us, but he was kind of their main receiver, and he guarded him and knocked him up to where he didn't really get the ball much. But yeah, Waylon enjoys that, and I think he gained confidence throughout the game as he continued to stop him, and I think that's going to help us in the long run because he's good at man-on-man coverage.
So, Brian, tell me about Oliver Springs. We talked about Cofield, the big line. What's Oliver Springs going to bring to you?
Oh, they're pretty big. They look physical on film, but the way we ran it against Bledsoe, I think we could do it. We could do the same thing against Oliver Springs.
What about defensively? What's it going to be like with them dealing with their offensive line?
We're going to have to be more fast than them and physical. Physical was a big part of us. I think we're a very physical team, and if we bring out what we do in practice onto the field, we will dominate their O-line.
From what you've watched, what do you think they're better at, running or passing?
Passing.
More in the passing? What about it, Grady? What do you think about them?
I'd say they're pretty balanced. They have a really good running back, and they'll put them in the slot a little bit. They'll just put them all over the field. Jackson Jett, probably heard that name.
Oh yeah.
And but yeah, they just use him all over the field. And they got a good quarterback. They got a couple other good receivers. They're pretty good all around in offense.
Yeah, Jackson Jett. We know that name from a lot of places, don't we?
Yep.
Yep. We'll see him a few times this year. So, Brian, what about bouncing back? You guys bounced back from CAK and had your biggest win of the year. Got that big region win down on the road in Tellico Plains. What leads you to believe this is going to be the same thing? You're going to bounce back from this Cofield game. You're going to go down to Oliver Springs and get that win. What's the key to doing that?
We just got to learn from our mistakes from Cofield, from blocking the wrong people and then going up too far upfield on defense.
What's the toughest part about playing on the road?
Atmosphere.
Yep. Does it get to you pretty good?
No, I usually ignore it. The only thing that really gets to me is when I'm playing center, which I don't play center much anymore. When they're beating on that drum, I think it's a snap count, and so I snap it.
Okay. Yeah, that could be trouble.
Yeah.
Yep. What about heading on the road, Grady? Is there any difference to you, road, home?
Honestly, to me, it's not really affecting me too much. I've just kind of kept playing, but not really.
I talked to Jagan, and of course Ben's got his questions coming up for you. But Jagan, talking about blocking and receiving. What about blocking? How do you feel about that? How personal do you take that about making sure your guy's not the one that makes a tackle?
I would say there's definitely times where I should do a better job, but for the most part, I try to block my guy in front of me, and then what Jagan said, sometimes I'll run a route down the field, just kind of switch it up here and there, but yeah, I wouldn't say I do like the best job every single time, but I try most of the time to do my best job to keep my guy blocked.
So have you ever, I won't say do you do this a lot, I'm just going to say have you ever, because I don't think anybody would admit to doing it a lot. Have you ever gone back to the huddle and said, hey, I was open, I think I can get open on this, lobbying to get the football?
I've never really – I've said sometimes, I think I could take this guy on a mismatch. Or if it's like single coverage, just pointing that out to Brock.
Yeah.
See if that could get, overlaid. Or, if there's a guy 10, 15 yards off. I've mentioned that before. But no, nothing like, just give me the ball or, just kind of pointing things out to see if we can get something to, pounce on that and see if it can affect them. So
one of the things it seems like we've struggled with is keeping people off of Brock. He doesn't get a lot of time. It seems like what do you think is going on there that's causing the pocket to collapse? Or
we just got to stay on our blocks and also pick up blitzes.
Okay. What about you, Grady? What do you think can help that out some?
What was the question again?
That's getting so much pressure on Brock. What can we do to alleviate that a little bit?
I guess just keep working at it in practice. Trying to block the right people. Even sometimes if it's not the right person, just get body on a body.
Yeah.
And just keep repping at practice. Keep getting better, stuff like that.
So if you're being honest, Brown, feel pretty good about this Friday?
Oh yeah.
Just gonna turn the page and go on down there.
Yep.
I mean, so Coalfield's number 3, Oliver Springs is number 4. From what you can tell, is there a big difference between 3 and 4?
Talk about just between Coalfield and Oliver Springs?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like, me personally, it could be a good game between Oliver Springs and Coalfield, but I feel like Coalfield would beat them by 2 or 3 touchdowns. But I think Oliver Springs is definitely going to be a good team, good, well-coached team. It's going to give us struggle, but I think we could overcome them.
What do you think?
I think Oliver Springs and Coalfield, I think Coalfield's a way better team. Now, I think Oliver Springs is good. Yes, absolutely.
Right. No disrespect to Oliver Springs, just respect to Coalfield, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
Give me a little bit of a scouting report. Whichever one of you want to give me a scouting report, the type of defense, what you expect from Oliver Springs to play, and on the other side, the type of offense that Oliver Springs brings, spread, tight, like to run. Tell me what you see. Each one of you, whoever picks offense, the other one do the defense from Oliver Springs.
I'll do defense. They run a 3-man front. I like 3-man fronts. There's always a guy lined up on me most of the time, and I've watched my guy real closely because he usually stays on the right side, which if you turn that around, that's the left side, so it'd be me. Right. He's a big dude, but he's not as physical as I am.
Okay. And so 3-man fronts are like a 3-3-4 or a
it's a 3-3-4.
3-3-4. Okay. Offensively, what do they like? What do they do?
Well, like I said, they'll try to get number 3 the ball, and they'll do it in different ways. They'll put them in the slot, and they'll hand it off to them. They'll run them on a jet. Just different things like that. They got a good quarterback, like I said, that can sling it. They'll hand it off to Jet like 2 or 3 times, and they'll boot out. They'll do all sorts of different things, but they're a pretty good, well-rounded team.
Spread and multiple, is that what you would call their offense?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so you heard me ask Jagan Morgan, and I'm going to ask you too. And I hope that you're not an Ohio State fan.
No.
You're a Tennessee fan,
no.
as the good Lord intended.
Yeah.
Okay, so Chris Brazel or Mike Matthews?
Or Brandon Staley, remember you.
No, I'm not.
Oh.
Grady doesn't drop the ball. So, no, we're not bringing Staley.
Okay.
I would say Brazel. He's my favorite.
Yeah. And remember last year the talk was, why did Tennessee recruit this kid? He turned into a pretty doggone good receiver.
Yeah.
So
he's got somebody get it to him now.
Well, that's true
big
too.
Difference.
That is true as well. So let me ask you this, Brylan, and this probably is a Grady question because he's the basketball player. One of my favorite games last year was the Oliver Springs game, partly because they put us courtside and it was just a great seat for the game. But I love the intensity in that house. 09 and Oliver Springs has become, I don't know where it came from, but all of a sudden they're big rivals on the basketball court. That's going to be fun this year. So what about it for football? Does it carry over?
Oh, yeah.
A little extra intensity this year, you think?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Would you agree with that?
I would agree. I think they're going to try to give us their best game, and they're going to bring a lot of people there and stuff. So,
whoever wins this, they're going to be talking about it in February.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be part of the talk.
It's great. Rivalries. That's what high school sports is all about, right? All right. So our Trophy Masters lineman of the game, Braylon Strunk, and our First National Bank player of the game, Grady Keaton. Thank you guys for joining us. Good luck at Oliver Springs on Friday night. We'll take another break. When we come back, we're going to talk to our One Bank of Tennessee Scholar athletes. Welcome back to the Roundtable on the IH Sports Network. We're coming to you live tonight from the C. Michael Lay Technology Center in Helenwood. I'm Ben Garrett alongside of Tim Smith and Rick Keaton, and we turn now to our one bank of Tennessee scholar athletes. And Tim, I've said since the inception of this that this is one of my favorite segments because especially for multi-sport athletes, but really for any athlete, if you can play a sport and excel in the classroom, then you are doing something good. And both of these folks excel in the classroom. We've got Reese Lamb, who has a 3.91 GPA, football player at Oneida, and we've got Lexi Markham, who's a cheerleader at Scott High. I just about went blank, with a 4.04 GPA. And so both of these folks are outstanding in the classroom. And I'm going to let you start because Lexi has already been on the show this year as a cheerleader, and this is Reese's first time on this year.
Yeah, and I'm just going to state up front that Reese's mom is a good friend of my wife's, and Lexi's dad is a good friend of mine in the past. So and still, not that he's not still a good friend, but it's one of those jarring moments to see these two sitting here at this table. You know, having watched them come along this long. I'm gonna start though with Reese. When you were growing up, did you have aspirations to play football all the time? Did you always know you wanted to be a football player?
Not really, no. My main thing was like baseball growing up, but playing down at Bear Creek, T-ball, getting pitch, but getting into middle school, I started liking football a little bit more, so I leaned into it, and I've loved it. So what was your position in baseball? I played just about everywhere. In Bear Creek, it was like I played outfield mostly, though. Yeah.
So any other sports you played?
Just baseball, football.
No soccer or anything like that? All right. So you decided to play football, and when you were, thinking about I'm going to play football, what position did you see yourself in?
Lineman. I mean, that's
always. You always thought it was going to be?
I knew it from the beginning, so I just thought I'd lean into it, like I said, and just it's been like that ever since.
So what's the best part about being a lineman? Knowing you were going to be a lineman and then being the lineman, what's the best part?
Being able to hit everybody, every play. Whatever you get down there, you line up, you're going to hit somebody every play. You don't have, like, a chance to hit somebody. Yeah, I think it's a lot of fun getting in there and actually getting contact, and I like it a lot.
Okay. All right, Lexi, similar question. So what you've been around different sports and played different things. Tell me everything you've participated in extracurricular-wise.
Well, I played softball my 6th grade year. I've played basketball basically my whole life, except for this year I do cheer. Okay.
And so of those things, does the cheerleading feel like more home now, or just home now, or did they all feel okay while you were playing them? Or?
Yeah, they all felt okay while I was playing them. I've always kind of like doing cheer, like always like really like dancing, but since my dad's been like a coach and I've been around basketball, I kind of just fell into that more. And then with like everything that happened, I really do like cheer though.
Was there ever any pressure since you were a coach's kid? Did you feel pressure? Because I'll say I was a preacher's kid, so I felt pressure from my dad being a preacher. Being a coach's kid, I mean, it's different, but there's still pressure, right?
Yeah, a little bit, but not really that much. I mean, Dad would always be on me, like, you got to get in the gym, work on your ball handling, but that's really about it.
Yeah. What did he tell you about his playing days? Because I can clear it all up.
Oh, I guess he likes to brag about himself.
Yeah. Pretty good left-handed shooter. Yeah.
Left-handed.
Yeah, pretty good. So cheering, what's been the challenge picking that up? What's been something that you thought, oh, that's not going to be that hard, and it was?
Learning dances and honestly the cheers, like trying to remember them all.
Okay. I've got a couple of sports questions that I need to ask you all, knowing your families. So I'm going to start. I'm right here with you, Lexi. So your dad and I once attended a New York Yankees game, a couple of them actually. I know he's a big New York Yankees fan.
Oh, yeah.
Were you able to not be that?
Oh, absolutely not.
You're not?
No, I would not be able to not be.
You are a Yankees fan?
I mean, I guess. I don't really watch.
It's hereditary, apparently.
Do you have any pro sports that you watch that you're really an avid fan of?
I mean, I watch Tennessee, but that's about it.
Okay. Well, Reese, I think you know where I'm going here. You come from a big blue family. Yes. You've probably been up to a lot of games at Kroger Field.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, are you always for the home team?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've watched Kentucky growing up. You know, I've been to a couple bowl games too, and it's a lot of fun watching them.
Yeah.
You can't really switch up on them now. You know,
I understand that. Yeah, look, Falcons, Orioles. I'm not a switcher, but you've seen a pretty good Kentucky team. I mean, they don't seem to get over the hump, but it's not like I've seen days when Kentucky, might not win a game at all. And we're talking about football, right? Yeah. What about basketball? Are you as avid basketball?
Yes, for sure. I mean, I've seen great Kentucky teams. Like even when I was little, like the teams were great. I mean, it's not been as amazing as they were now because of like all the new like NIL deals, stuff like that.
I understand.
Other schools bringing them to other places, and it just. I mean, they're still great. Don't get me wrong, but they're just not as good as they were.
Season ticket holders, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's a typical Saturday heading to Lexington?
Not season tickets, but I'm sure we once were. But going there, seeing the games and stuff like that, it's great. I mean, I feel like Lexington's one of those cities where like everything's within like walking distance. You can go everywhere you want to, and it's a really pretty place too. So just a lot of history to it.
All right, Lexi, you mentioned Tennessee being a fan of Tennessee. Do you go to the games any?
I mean, I have been, but not often.
Yeah, because it's getting too expensive now.
Yeah.
All right, so tell me, where are you going to go to school, and what are you going to do?
I'm probably going to go to Roan State and do their radiology program.
All right, that sounds good. Reese, what are you thinking about?
This may come as a shocker.
Oh, I bet it won't.
I kind of wanting to go to UTK, but
well, that is a shocker.
Yeah,
you'll just get the student ticket and cheer against them, right?
Yeah, for sure.
What are you going to go into?
Civil engineering.
Civil engineering.
Either that or mechanical engineering.
All right.
I was going to ask him, push the Big Blue aside, is there any other one or two college teams that you could become a fan of?
I don't think so.
Doesn't work that way.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't work that way. Well,
I don't think so.
Halfway through your first cheerleading season, football team. Like it? Love it?
Yeah, I really do.
Would you have done, if you had a chance, would you have done this earlier? I understand your body took a real beating, and that's why you got out of basketball. But if you'd had this chance, would you have done it 3 or 4 years ago?
Honestly, yeah. It's just been a really great experience.
And do you, besides cheering, do you take dance classes or anything?
No.
Just cheer. And so I'm assuming you're going to stay with it through the basketball season.
Yeah.
Okay. And basketball is a sport you probably know a lot more about.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Is it hard to be a cheerleader? Could any of the three of us have been a cheerleader when we were like 16 years old?
No.
I mean, maybe if you want to be.
No.
At Texas A&M, that kind of thing goes.
Yeah, I mean, there you go. It's cheerleading is much more physical than people realize. I mean, you work out, you practice 5 days a week. You have to do exercises and stuff like that to be prepared. Correct? What are some of the physical in terms of working out, running, weightlifting, and stuff do you have to do as a cheerleader?
Well, like stunting is like honestly, it's obviously like physical, and like lifting the girls, stuff like that.
Have you been in any cheer competitions yet?
No.
That comes maybe in the winter and spring.
You're asking the wrong person.
So you'll let me know if that happens.
Okay, correct? Yeah, I'll let you
know. Well, Reese, the life of a lineman.
Yeah.
How much time a week do you spend, say, in the weight room and other conditioning, other than just being on the practice field?
I mean, I've been in the weight room just as much as anybody else is. I might do a little extra weight than a couple other people, but it's just, it's about the same amount of time. Conditioning is always rough because bigger body, a lot more to move. It's like us running, stuff like that. That's about it.
I'm assuming through the course of the week, I know it's called how the team does, but the Oneida team, you probably put in an hour or two of weight work each week.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you have a special day that you do that on, Tuesday or Wednesday?
Well, it's usually Monday.
Monday?
It's usually Monday because we we go with our hard lifts on the first day, and then kind of chill out, or not chill out, but we go lighter through lighter lifts throughout the day, throughout the week.
You mentioned engineering. Would you ever consider being a football coach?
I mean, it's a possibility. It always is. It's.
So, but you didn't have that dream when you were little. You had a dream about a lineman, but not necessarily being a coach.
Not really, no.
Okay. Would you consider a cheer coach? Would you consider a basketball coach in the future?
Maybe, but honestly, probably not. Just because, I don't know.
Your dad burnt you out on it, I know.
Not really. Just I couldn't see myself being a basketball coach.
You can't? You could not do that. Yeah, he burnt you out on it. I'm for sure.
I need to clean up a note because it wasn't just dad basketball side I come from. Mom, the basketball came from as well. And, I mean, I called her games. So, I remember watching her play. So there was a lot of basketball, through the family, right? So I would have left here if I hadn't mentioned that. I would have left here thinking, how can you not mention Jody on that? So,
is there anybody you guys want to give a shout out to? We didn't ask the cheerleaders that tonight, but anybody?
Well, they're
my mom and dad.
Yeah,
definitely.
Good answer.
Yeah, my mom and dad.
Another good answer. You guys got it politically correct.
All right, as we head into break, Lexi, you've been here once already as a cheerleader, and we end this thing every week by letting the cheerleaders pick the winners of the game. And you've been in that hot seat, so before you go, give me a score Friday night, Scott Hite, Union County.
I don't know.
50
okay,
to 0. 50 to nothing. You think that sounds good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to say 45-0, but.
Close enough. All right. Race Lamb.
Yes, sir.
Is it time for Mark Stoops to go?
Oh, I was going to ask
now, come on,
but
be
I
honest.
didn't want to get in the middle of that one.
I mean, you got to have somebody before you get rid of him, right? You got to have who you going to get?
You got to get somebody lined up.
That's right.
Sam Pittman?
Have a plan.
I was thinking about
Pittman.
The old Bama coach.
Pittman just laid an egg, didn't he, this weekend?
Yeah.
To Notre Dame.
Well, but he is available.
Did he get fired?
Probably
He is
will be.
available. He did get fired, yeah.
Oh.
All right. Reese Lamb, our scholar athlete, and also Lexi Markham, scholar athlete. Thank you to One Bank of Tennessee for supporting and sponsoring our scholar athletes each and every week. Thank you guys for joining us. One last break. We'll be back to wrap it up on the Roundtable. Welcome back to the Roundtable, our final segment tonight as we come to you live from the C. Michael A. Technology Center in Helenwood. We are joined by cheerleaders Ava Claire Bird from Oneida. She's a junior. And also Lyriel Blevins from Sky High. She is also a junior. And, guys, we'll start off by talking a little bit about cheerleading. And first I want to ask you how many years, respectively, you guys have cheered?
I've cheered since 6th grade year.
Lyriel?
This is my first year cheering.
Okay, so I thought so, but I didn't want to assume. Should also mention that Lyriel is also a soccer player, and I point that out because we had some of the Scott High juniors on earlier. We'll try to get the rest of them next week. And Lyriel was only not with them because she's here now as a cheerleader, but she does do both. So Ava Claire, backing all the way back up to 6th grade year, what was it that got you interested in cheer?
My mom used to cheer, and then 5th grade year they handed out the packets, and I was like, I'll try it, and if I make it, then I'll go with it.
So I've never asked a cheerleader this, but you guys have got to, you're not just guaranteed a spot on the squad, right? I mean, you have to try out every single year, and it doesn't matter that you've been a cheerleader since grade year. Is there ever any nervousness there when it's time to try out? Really?
Every year, yeah.
Okay, so you don't think, well, they're going to pick me just because?
No,
okay.
No.
Lyriel, how about it? What got you interested? This is your first year. What got you interested in cheer?
I don't know. I've always kind of been like somewhat interested in it. I've just always played other stuff and never really had the nerve to try out. But this year I was just Emma was one of my best friends and she did it, so I don't know. It kind of inspired me to
that would
try
be Emma
out.
Carroll.
Yes.
Okay. And was your mom a cheerleader?
Yes.
I thought so. Okay, that would be Brooke King.
Mm-hmm.
And tell everybody what your mom's name was.
It's Amanda West.
Amanda West. So there you go. All right. So second generation cheerleader. At least your grandmothers may have cheered. I don't know. But anyway. All right. So Lyriel, I want to get this out of the way because Tim is going to bring this up. Okay. So every week we have had cheerleaders on here who have participated or sometimes soccer players who have participated in fair pageants, okay? You were in the Miss Scott County Fairs, the fair pageant. Won Miss Photogenic, am I right? You were second runner-up, first runner-up?
First runner-up, yeah.
I knew you won something. So, first runner-up in the Miss Scott County pageant. Now, Tim's been making these pageant contestants come on and ask us questions, but no, Lyriel was not in the pageant this year, Tim. So, I think it would be fair to change it up and let Lyriel ask Ava Claire a pageant question.
Oh, gosh.
You see how I got out in front of that?
Fine with me.
About this year's fair pageant?
Just ask her, like, how would you change the world? That's the kind of questions I usually get asked.
Can I just ask something about the pageant?
Sure.
Okay. What goes through your head when you're doing your pageant walk?
Don't mess up. I'm so scared to, like, fall.
Don't fall.
Or trip.
Don't fall.
So, what's your favorite part as a cheerleader? Is a cheer, a specific cheer your favorite part? Is a routine your favorite part? What's the best part?
I love doing half times and, like, Rocky Top. Every time we, like, get a touchdown or something, we do Rocky Top. It's fun.
Okay. How about it, Lyriel?
I love all of our fun stunts that we do when we get a touchdown. We do, like, the flip stunts and stuff like that.
It's hard for us to see because I keep turning the lights on and off.
Oh, I know. It's even harder when you're trying to lift people up and the lights are flashing.
I bet it is.
All right. Who's your favorite cornerback?
Keegan.
Okay, so Keegan's had a pretty good season.
Mm-hmm.
And I've asked cheerleaders before, do you get a chance to watch the game, or are you busy looking up into the stands and leading the cheers? Do you ever get to see what's going on the field?
Sometimes, yeah.
Because
we get breaks between, yeah.
I got a specific play that I want to ask you about. Week 2, or the second game, actually week 3, I guess, down at Monterey. Keegan, who's had, like I said, he's had a good year. He had absolutely fantastic coverage on a kid. He got called for pass interference. Did you see that play?
Oh, I did,
Because
yes.
I lost my mind. Did you lose your mind?
I mean, it took me a minute to understand what was going on because I don't really understand it that well. But when it was explained to me, yeah, I was really confused.
Ava Claire, your favorite receiver?
I don't know. I don't know if I have one.
Oh, my
goodness.
goodness.
Unless we're talking about Scott High.
Well, yeah.
Okay, Wyatt Lloyd.
Okay, so.
I thought we were talking about 09. I was like,
Wow. Okay, so I've been asking the receivers this question. Are you a Tennessee fan?
Mm-hmm.
So I asked them all whether, can compare themselves to Chris Brazel or, you don't even know where we're going with this, do you? Braylon Staley. Do you know who that is? You know who Brazel Dazzle is. He's like a star all of a sudden at the University of Tennessee. No. So the question was going to be, who does Wyatt Lloyd remind you of? But, so no.
Wyatt Lloyd's just great by himself.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, no comparison.
None.
Good. That's a good answer.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No wonder she's in the pageant. No wonder she got first runner-up. Nailed that one.
No,
Rick.
Yeah, I'm not sure I really want to do anything. As cheerleaders, what's the most difficult thing that you go through during the course of the week? Do you have a hard day of practice? Do you have a hard day? We got to make all these signs and banners. What's the hardest day? Dave, we'll start with you. What's the hardest day of the week that your cheer team goes through?
I wouldn't say it's we have a hardest day, but getting the stunts down for halftime, like if we're doing a pyramid, it takes a lot of time and practice to get it down. And so it's kind of difficult sometimes, and it takes a lot of time and effort to get it down.
Okay, Lyriel?
Definitely when we add new, like, dances or cheers that we have, like, a very short time to learn them.
In other words, you just got a couple, 2 or 3 days for that week.
Yeah, you just kind of have to add it to all the other ones to remember, so it's kind of difficult sometimes.
Lyriel? First year cheerleading, you going to continue that through basketball?
Yes.
Okay. Do you look forward to basketball, or you want to play football so that you can watch Keegan play football?
I don't know if I'll play basketball this year, but definitely excited to cheer for basketball.
To cheer?
Yeah.
And you look forward to that. And I'm assuming over the years you've been both football and basketball?
Yes.
Which one do you like to do the best, football or basketball?
I get into both. Sometimes I miss cheers watching, but I like them both equally. I think football is a little more exciting.
Who on your team, when we get to basketball, and you may not even know this, who on your team can do the most backflips down the court? I'm looking for the best athlete you've got.
Emerson Swinson. She just joined this year. She transferred from Scott High. She's a powerhouse. She can tumble.
Good tumbler.
Yes.
Definitely Angelina. She's a junior, and she transferred here from Illinois, I think it was.
And we had her on last week.
She's amazing at tumbling, yes.
Yes, amazing at tumbling?
Yes, and she's a really good flyer.
Look forward to that then. To either one of you or either one of y'all on the second or third layer in terms of your pyramids? Or are you the base?
I'm a flyer. I usually brace, but we kind of take turns being like in the middle.
Showing off his cheerleading knowledge over
here. Say, yeah.
Hey, he asked this question to Lexi a minute ago, so I'm going to ask, could Rick have been a cheerleader when he was 16?
If he wanted to be.
Yeah, I've tried hard enough.
That left me out. I couldn't work that hard.
So, Larry, let me ask you, do you have a captain on your cheerleading team? Are there captains?
We have.
Or is it called something else? Or?
Yeah, we have a captain. Lexi, she's our only senior, so.
Okay. What makes Lexi a good captain?
She's really easy to talk to. So if you're like struggling with a dance or something, she's kind of always like, you can relate, and she's really easy to talk to.
Is it something you would aspire to next year when you become a senior cheerleader? Do you want to be a captain?
Yeah.
Why would you want to do that?
I just want to be like one of the people that like you can come to and not be like scared to talk to, you know, like you can ask me for help. So.
Now that is a pageant answer.
It is. So you know what the questions are. So who's the captain this year?
We don't necessarily have captains.
Okay.
We look up to our seniors, but we're kind of like one team, one person.
Is there someone on the squad that when you went from middle school to high school that welcomed you in, that was like a mentor to you, that made you feel comfortable being an Oneida cheerleader?
The seniors last year and the year before were really, really welcoming. I made a lot of good friends with the seniors.
What do you think you can do to pass that on when you become a senior next year? Are you going to seek out some of those younger cheerleaders?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I never want anybody to feel scared or left out or anything. So when new people come in, I try my best to talk to them and make them feel welcome.
I just can't believe you're going to be a senior, but you know.
So, by the way, I asked about pageants. You were in the Heritage Festival pageant this past weekend, weren't you?
I was in the Sweetheart pageant for the first runner-ups of all the counties, yeah.
Okay. I was going to ask how you did. So how
I
did
got
you do
first
in that?
runner-up in that one.
Okay. All right.
First is always good.
So you're right there.
I'm right
on
there.
the verge. So you're going to be in the Miss Scott County pageant again next year, right?
Yes.
Okay. How about you? You ever thought about pageants?
I've done a lot since I was younger, and I did the Scott County Fair Citizen Fair twice in middle school, but.
Okay. So that would have been the Miss Teen category?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't remember that, which, I'm getting old and forgetful, so that's not surprising. We're going to pick some games and get out of here. Before we do, everybody's gone home, but we got two guys hanging out back here who have been really close to being on the round table. They're going to get up here before the season's over. Wyatt Lloyd tied a sky-high record earlier this season for single-game touchdown receptions. He had 3 in a game. Now, ordinarily that would have done it, but his quarterback threw for 5 and also tied a school record that night. So, what do you do? And Keegan, I got to tell you, he's been playing lockdown defense all season long on opposing receivers, but he locks down the receiver and takes him out of the play, and then there's that doggone Micah Bowles to come in there and get the easy interception. Is that how you see it happening?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. So my question then, there was a question at the end of that. What do they got to do to get up here?
What do they have to do to get on the round table?
What does Keegan Bowling got to do to be sitting right here next week?
I don't know. Catch the ball on someone's head.
Okay. What does Wyatt Lloyd got to do to get up here?
Keep playing how he's playing.
He's having a pretty good year, isn't he?
He is.
I think that if I'm Gage Privet, and I've said this before, if I'm Gage Privet, I'm really thankful that Wyatt Lloyd and Jagan Morgan came out for football this year.
Yeah.
Hey,
they're
wait a
having a
minute.
good year.
I'm thankful they came out for football this year.
I think
I'm
we all
having
are.
a great time.
Okay. Do you guys watch high school football aside from Scott High and Oneida?
Not really. I hear about it sometimes, but other than that.
So we're just going to wing it.
Yeah.
And I didn't even give you may keep up with every game on Coach T. I didn't give you a chance to answer. No. So I assume that. Okay, so we're going to start with Oneida's region. And we've got Oneida playing at Oliver Springs. Oneida's 3-3, tough Oliver Springs team. They're 5-1. And we heard from Grady Keaton and from Brylan Strunk. They're predicting an upset. Tim Smith is predicting an upset. Everybody that I've talked to this week is predicting an upset. What does Oneida have to do to upset Oliver Springs?
I don't even know. They're just going to have to play hard and keep playing hard the whole game.
Tim,
yeah,
what's it hinge on?
You can't let up against that team. You can't. Not one play, not 1 second. This is a great team at home, and every snap has to be critical.
Oliver Springs.
They have to make their own luck this week.
Yep.
Oliver Springs, by the way, coming off a 28-27 overtime win against Rockwood, who Oneida has already beaten this year as well. Obviously, it was a missed extra point or 2-point conversion by Rockwood. Do we know how that went down? Did Rockwood go for 2 in the win?
I do not know. What I do know is the only loss Oliver Springs has is to Eagleton, which is just, more almost, I won't say head scratching because I've been impressed with Eagleton this year, but are we going to learn something about ourselves Friday night? I think that's a yes.
All right, so let's talk about Eagleton. 5-1. They're at Tellico Plains.
You didn't let them pick.
We don't ask them to pick because you're not going to pick against Oneida, are you? No. You think they'll beat Oliver Springs?
Okay.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, see, there you go. Eagleton is 5-1. They're playing at Tellico Plains 3-2. And Tim, Eagleton only beat Greenback 27-20. That's the head scratcher to me. Tellico Plains coming off that loss 2 weeks ago to Oneida 24-14. We'll start with you, Eva Claire. Eagleton or Tellico Plains? Who's going to win that game?
Eagleton.
Got Eagleton? Yeah. How about it, Tim?
I think it's going to be Eagleton. I think they're a more well-rounded team.
Lyriel, it's Eagleton on the road at Tellico Plains. What do you think?
Eagleton.
Eagleton. Rick?
I'll go with Eagleton because if Oneida can go on the road and beat Tellico Plains, Eagleton will do it too.
Well, I'm going to tell you guys, at some point, Tellico Plains has got to get it together. And if they're going to have the kind of season they thought they were going to have, they better do it this week. So I'm going to pick Tellico Plains at home over Eagleton.
I agree. They are backs against the wall at home. Yeah.
That's a region game.
Yes. All right. Our last one from Oneida's region is Pigeon Forge, looking for their first win of the season. They're playing at Polk County. Polk County is 2-4. Pigeon Forge coming off a 41-21 loss to Unicoi County. Polk County is coming off a 35-14 loss to Bledsoe County. So who are you going to pick to win?
Polk County.
Polk County at home. Tim, would you agree?
Yes, I do agree.
Lyriel?
Mm-hmm.
Polk County.
Yep.
Home team.
Home team. All right, I'll make it unanimous. Polk County over Pigeon Forge. Okay, so we're going to switch now to this side in the Scott High's region. Scott High is 4-1. They're playing at Union County. Union County is 1-5. Scott High is coming off a 50-16 crushing of Cumberland Gap. Union County got crushed. They lost 76-0 to South Dole. Very good South Dole team, to be fair. Union County defeated Scott High last year in a close one up there. So what do you think Scott High's got to do this week to get from 4-1 to 5-1?
They definitely need to play with their heads in the game, and even if they do one wrong thing, they need to not let it get them down and just keep playing harder.
What about it, Rick? Keys to the game this week.
Keys to the game. Protect the football. Get off the bus with the right attitude. Be prepared to play. Have a great week of practice. This week we saw what a great week of practice did last week. Have a good week of practice this week. And I think they'll get off. The heads will be screwed on right for the Highlanders this week.
Real quick, Ava Claire, I asked Lyriel about the pass interference call that was called on Keegan earlier this year against Monterey. Does Wyatt make you go back and watch the games?
He watches them sometimes, and I watch them a little bit. But
So you saw Lucas Newport's 26-yard touchdown run Friday night and the penalty they called in the end zone. Was he pretty upset about that?
I'm sure he was. I mean,
so you didn't see that play?
No, but
it was
I'm
a bad
sure,
call, by the way.
He was upset. I heard there's been a.
Well, you know, she's handicapped. Ava's handicapped because, you know, she's going to be at Oliver Springs. She'll have to watch it instead of being there in person. There's a lot of difference, right?
Well, okay. All right. So, McMinn, what are you wanting to do, Tim?
I was going to pick it, but never mind.
Scott High at Union County.
I agree 100% with what Lyriel said. If something goes wrong, get rid of it. Go on. You're the better team. You're the much better team. And take care of business. Sky High.
Sky.
Yeah. So I would make that. So I'll be honest, guys. They need to close their ears back there because this is not the kind of thing coaches like for you to say. But if Scott High takes care of their business, Rick Keaton, and plays their kind of football, this is another pick your score week.
Yeah.
Can I say
so.
that?
Yeah, say it all you want to.
They weren't listening. But sorry, Billy Hall. But that's
this
what I
is
think.
This is the week for Wyatt to get 4 touchdowns and just erase all doubt.
Yeah, I think so. So McMinn Central is at Kingston. Kingston is 3-2. McMinn coming off a 40-0 win over Cumberland County. And Rick, every week when I see McMinn Central, I think even more and more Scott High absolutely let one get away down there. But that's all neither here nor there at this point. McMinn Central at Kingston. Kingston, by the way, coming off a 34-13 win over Austin East. Lyriel, who's going to win that game?
I don't know. It might be close, but maybe McMinn.
It is definitely going to be close, Rick.
My heart says one thing, my head says the other.
We know you're a Kingston fan.
I didn't say that.
He's a Kingston fan.
I didn't say that.
I just say,
guys, he's a Kingston fan.
I just say Kingston at home is sometimes tough to handle. I'm glad we play them up here this year. Kingston only threw 5 passes in the game last week. I don't think that'll do it against McMinn Central. But having said that, I'm going to go out on a limb and pick McMinn.
How about it?
McMinn.
Yes, McMinn Central.
McMinn. And who did you pick?
McMinn.
McMinn, really?
But I said it'd be close, yeah.
So I'm going with Kingston. Did you pick Kingston?
No, I picked McMinn.
Oh, I'm going to be the standout on that one too.
We'll remember that.
I'm going with Kingston. Yeah.
What about? So, something bothers me about Kingston.
Oh, there's a whole lot that bothers me about Kingston.
So they're Rome County High School, right?
Yes. Exactly.
So what is that about?
I haven't ever figured it out, and they won't tell me. But it is Rome County High School, but everything they do is listed as Kingston, Kingston. I mean.
So are you saying it would be like Scott High deciding to refer to themselves as Huntsville?
Yes, that would be the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I just don't understand it. I mean, they're listed in the paper. They're listed.
It's Kingston. You don't question it that closely because they probably don't know either. Yeah. Brainerd is 0-5 and looking for their first win of the season there at Meigs County, 5-1. Brainerd coming off a 44-0 loss against Signal Mountain. Meigs County coming off a 44-14 win over Sweetwater. Who you got, Lyriel?
Who am I picking from?
Brainerd, 0-5. 0-5.
Out of Chattanooga.
0-5 Brainerd, okay. At 5-1 Meigs County.
Meigs County.
Meigs County.
Meigs.
They're going to beat their Brainerd soon.
Yeah, they are. They're going to win big. All right, last one. Sweetwater is 2-3. They're playing at Austin East, which is 1-4. You've seen Austin East. Scott Hyde defeated Austin East already. They'll see Sweetwater later. Sweetwater's coming off a 44-14 loss to Meigs County. Austin East coming off that 34-13 loss to Kingston. Who you got?
Sweetwater.
Sweetwater on the road beating Austin East.
Sweetwater.
You agree with that?
I'm not sure. I'm going to pick Austin East because sooner or later they're going to win a game.
If he hadn't picked Austin East, I was going to, but now I'll take Sweetwater.
There you go.
And that's because I felt like it could go either way.
It could go either way.
All right, so Sweetwater over Austin East, without a doubt. Okay, so guys, as we wrap this thing up, you're headed to Maynardville on Friday night. Where's the best place to eat after the game in Maynardville or on the way back home?
I don't know.
What about it, Rick? It'd be Texas Roadhouse, right?
Texas
Roadhouse in Maynardville?
Well, no, you got to come all the way back to North Knoxville if you're going to eat at Texas.
No wonder she was confused. Highway 33 Diner is the only thing in Maynardville except for the Quickie Mart.
You got a McDonald's and you got a Taco Bell.
I said on the way back home. So you can come out at Clinton if you really want to take the back roads, or you come out at Raccoon Valley, or you take that straight shot down through Halls, and down Emory Road to the Powell exit and stop at Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to Oliver Springs on Friday night. Where's the best place to eat at Oliver Springs or on the way home? Oh, you got lots of choices.
There ain't a single place between Oliver Springs.
Probably wait till I get home.
Yeah.
Wartburg. I mean, you have to eat in Wartburg.
That'd be
Hope Partners Pizza.
Hope Partners Pizza. So otherwise, it's going to be Taco Bell or Hardee's, right?
Yeah.
All right. So Ava Claire Bird and Lyriel Blevins, thank you guys for joining us. Friday night, our pregame show, the help me out, the Rogers Group. The Rogers Group pregame show starts at 6:30. Both of our games live on the IH Sports Network beginning at 7:30. For Tim Smith, for Rick Keaton, for Greg Bond behind the camera, I am Ben Garrett. Thank you for joining us, and have a good night.